Now it's time to break it.
Welcome back to the Split Screeners podcast. We are your hosts,
Hey-o.
Aaron, Gavin, and I'm Nick. You'll notice that the host of the movie episode is missing this week. He is coming home from Arizona as we speak. He will also be on vacation next week, that lucky son of a gun.
I know.
So we will go on without him. This episode is the movie episode. We don't have a whole lot of news. I would figure that Zach would probably have a lot more news than us.
He didn't send any, though.
But
like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you. Also, we just hit 20 subscribers, our first big milestone, in our opinion, as a YouTube channel. So we are running a giveaway in one of these episodes. Could be this one. You'll have to stay tuned.
Keyword, pineapple.
Pen, pineapple, apple pen.
Damn it! Fuck! This is the last episode now. Next episode's keyword is pin. Thank you for spoiling it.
First person to comment pin, pineapple, apple pen on this video.
Yeah, this is the last video now.
Will win a $40 Visa gift card. So comment that down below.
Could win.
Could win. Everybody who comments is not going to win. Unless only one person comments.
Unless one person, which could be the case.
Yeah, so we don't have a whole lot of movie news, but we have all watched some stuff, so we can get into that. We did watch some trailers before we started recording, and we've got some things coming out. So let's get into stuff we watched this week. We'll talk about the stuff that we've already talked about on the show. Gavin just watched Pentaveret, so we'll start with Gavin. What did you think?
The Pentaveret must never be exposed.
Correct.
It is hilarious. It is very, very good. If you haven't seen it, it's Mike Myers. It's like Nutty Professor 2, but with Mike Myers. But it's actually good.
Whoa.
Hey, First Nutty Professor was good.
Well, yeah. I'm talking about Meet the Crumps when it's every character's played by Eddie Murphy. They have a couple characters that isn't played by Mike Myers. But there's a couple that, like, I actually had to, like, look up if that was Mike Myers or not because the makeup was done so well.
Yeah.
It is funny. There's a Canada joke early on, like in the first episode, I think.
Yeah.
That was very South Park-esque, very Matt Stone, Trey Parker-esque.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
They were talking about how Canada's just a little fuzzy. There's a little spoiler, if this is okay, Aaron.
It's not, but do what you're going to do.
Oh, well, I'll talk about it then.
No, go ahead. I've already been spoiled now. I know there's a Canada joke.
There is a Canada joke.
Well, yeah. But they drive on down to America.
And all of a sudden, the picture on the whole show becomes more clear after making these jokes about how Canada's fuzzy. And it's so fucking funny.
And it was done so, like, so well. It was because it was fun. It's funny as hell.
Yeah.
You have to watch it. It's hard to talk about the show without spoiling it. I see where you were at, Nick, because a lot of jokes do spoil it.
Yeah.
The basic premise is there's a it's about secret societies, a specific one called the Pentaveret, which they say in the very beginning by Jeremy Irons, who does the narration for like the beginnings of it, is saying like Pentaveret is made by a group of 5 nice guys from the black like trying to like just help the world a little bit. There's nice guys. That's the whole premise.
Spoiler.
That's that title. Okay, that is the title of the fucking thing.
The description wasn't.
That was the description.
I didn't read the premise.
You didn't need to read the
I
premise.
was going in blind.
It's okay.
It would have told you. Jeremy Irons would have told you that.
In the
I'd
first
rather
30
listen
seconds.
to Jeremy Irons.
It's hilarious. I recommended this on an episode a couple weeks ago. I'm glad somebody else watched it. I'm hoping that Aaron and Zach watch it soon.
Yeah, so we can like talk about it openly because the jokes are. Some of them are stupid.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah. But some of them are like so well thought through and like done so well to integrate into an earlier part of the show or to reference something else. And it's just funny. Mike Myers he hasn't really performed this well in a long time, in my opinion.
Well, he hasn't been in a lot.
Oh no, but I still count Shrek 4 existed.
Yeah, and Shrek 3 was bad too.
And Goldmember.
And Goldmember wasn't great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was in the Queen thing. I think he was in the Queen movie documentary as he's one of the film execs?
No idea.
I didn't see it, so it doesn't count.
They're not film execs, music execs.
Couple other things that that Zach's talked about that he's seen that we hadn't seen. I know Aaron and I in the last couple weeks have both watched The Northman. Aaron, what'd you think?
I liked it. It was nice, visceral, good Viking tale.
Brutal.
Very brutal, which goes hand in hand with the time and the culture. Really good though. I liked it. I wasn't sure what to expect. The trailer looked good, but it held up.
Yeah, as somebody who did not like The Lighthouse, I go into all these A24 films kind of skeptical.
Yeah. Speaking of A24 films, I was looking this up because we talked about this a little bit before we started recording about A24 films. Do you guys remember, it was a forever ago, it had Maya Kunis in it, Spring Breakers?
Yeah, horrible movie.
Yeah.
A24 movie.
Terrible.
Yeah, that movie was terrible.
But this movie was good. And
This movie
I love
was
Alexander
phenomenal.
Skarsgård.
Yeah.
He was great in this.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
Okay. We were talking about this. Funny enough, we went up and had our weekend last weekend, and we were talking about all the Skarsgård in the car when we were driving up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out which ones were which because there's so many of them.
They're all pretty talented.
Yeah. Yeah, he's so good in this movie. And I cannot remember her name. She's in a lot of things recently. Northman. She was in New Mutants. She's the main woman in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
She is phenomenal.
I don't know her name.
I don't either.
They also did Tusk. A24 did Tusk.
I actually knew that, but I haven't seen Tusk.
Neither have I.
Tusk is Tusk.
But yeah, good movie all around. Recommend it. The Northman. It's still in some theaters.
Yeah,
or
it's
you
also
can
on.
stream it.
Yeah, it's on Peacock to stream currently.
I haven't seen Northman, but I've been wanting to.
Yeah,
so.
you should watch it. It's free on Peacock.
It's good.
The other one, A24, that Aaron and I watched this week, or in the last couple weeks, is Everything Ever All at Once.
Yeah.
Zach talked this movie up as his movie of the year candidate. And after watching it, I gotta say, it potentially could be by the end of the year. I thought it was...
I mean, as of right now, it probably is, but I've seen some real shitty movies this year.
You still have to watch the back
couple.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I need to see that.
Because that's the one in my top 10 right now that's battling with it at 1 and 2. But
so
I'll
see after that.
It's entertaining. The action was good. The comedy was good. I liked the way they did the multiverses in this movie. I thought that was very well done. They did the multiverses, and Zach said this, I think, in a previous episode, better than I think Doctor Strange did multiverses, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a much heavier focus.
Yeah, they expanded on it more.
It's just a plot device, and they don't really go into
something
much.
that could have made Doctor Strange better had they just expanded on the multiverse
I wish
a
they
little bit.
focused on it more. But yeah, it was a really good movie.
It was great.
Pretty intense.
It will definitely be my top 10 movies of the year, I would guarantee.
Yeah, no doubt.
I really have to go see it.
I mean, it's not as good as Morbius or Uncharted, but it's up there.
Other thing that all three of us have watched, and it's the new one, Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
This was so fucking good.
Yeah, I loved this.
It was a lot of fun. It was
Bob's
Burgers.
They got a movie. Yeah.
It had a lot of callbacks, so if you watched the show, you got a lot of those jokes.
Yeah, it's just like one really long episode.
Yeah.
Which played perfectly. And it is a musical, like many of their episodes are.
Yeah. Speaking of which, do you guys have a favorite Bob's Burgers song?
Not often.
It could be from the movie or from the show. Because I was thinking about this as soon as I left the theater, because my favorite of all time is Bad Stuff Happens in the Bathroom. I love that.
That's a good one.
I will listen to that song in the car. That's how much I like that song. And I was trying to think if anything in the movie topped that, and I don't think it does, but there are some really good songs in the movie.
Yeah, they were good. The shows had some better ones, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it was a great film.
I can't think of any off the top of my head for some reason. I know it's an earlier one, like one of Gene's jingles from the first season was like one of my favorite ones.
Yeah,
there's
I
some
love
ones.
Bob's Burgers. This is one of my favorite ongoing adult cartoons, if you will, currently going on. That's still going.
And it's still good.
And it's still good. I think, and we'll have to see. Hopefully they can, keep this going. We've seen a lot of these shows go downhill very quickly.
Yeah, it'll be good.
But yeah, the movie was solid.
Yeah, go check it out.
We saw, well, at least I did. Tori and I went and saw Everything Ever All at Once and Bob's Burgers the same day. And I was like, I have 2 movies that I saw today that are now in my top 3 movies of the year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I watched them both the same day, too. Just different times.
Yeah. So yeah,
I only saw Bob's Burgers that day.
Very, very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies that have come out, we are going to go see Top Gun this week at some point because we want to talk about that.
It's doing very well at the box office, and the reviews.
I need to watch the first one again. Maybe that's what I'll do this week.
I would like to watch the first one again.
And this week we do have the new Jurassic World movie coming out, Dominion. I know that there's hesitation to this movie, I think, from all of us, for sure.
But I'm still excited.
But yeah, definitely excited.
But it'll probably... I'm expecting it to not be good.
Hopefully it surprises us and this is the best one of the Jurassic World films.
Awesome. And I love that they brought back the old cast with more than just a speech.
I'd be cool if this came back. If Jurassic World was the opposite of Jurassic Park, right? Because you look at the Jurassic Park trilogy and the first one's clearly the best.
Yeah, it gets worse each one.
Yeah. So
cool if this one...
Well, I guess it would go 3-1-2.
Yeah,
but
they've already ruined that. But.
I think part of the issue with Jurassic... Because I haven't watched Jurassic World since the first one.
Jurassic World 2 was okay.
Jurassic World is good.
Jurassic World 1 is really good.
I saw
Fallen
Jurassic
Kingdom is...
And I didn't mind it. I think part of my issue with it is, like, I love Jurassic Park so much because it's a childhood, like, a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah.
But also, like, at the time, James Cameron, because he's the one that made that, isn't he? No, who made... No, Jesus Christ. Steven Spielberg. Fucking Christ.
They both had names, though. So
they did both have names. It was a lot... He was trying to make it a lot more accurate to... at the time, what we knew about paleontology and dinosaurs in general, and try to make it as accurate as possible, which, and I get it, because I think Zach said something about, like, how they mentioned, like, how the scales and stuff are better for, like, sales and stuff, but, like, part of the reason I really liked Jurassic Park was that they tried to keep that realism there from what we actually knew. He took a lot of, he did the research, and now it feels like they're just kind of like, it's a dinosaur, you fucking go, fuck you. And I don't, like, I'm not watching them. I'm watching them not just only for the dinosaur, accurate dinosaur information.
Yeah. I mean, the first two were based on Michael Crichton's books, and he did a lot of research.
That is true. Like, just...
from the late 80s to early 90s, and then the movie got made. And then a lot has happened in the field since that first movie came out.
Yeah, and, like...
Our whole view on dinosaurs has been...
It is different, which is fine, but, like...
But they're
doing some of it, and I don't really want the high fantasy dinosaurs just because I want to, again, love Jurassic Park. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's a great film.
But, and, like,
Exactly
now looking back, it was well researched at the time. Like,
that's a spoiler for a couple weeks from now when we do that top 10.
Sure
Jurassic Park will be Zach's number one movie about that.
List is going to be hard.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to doing it yet.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it either. But yeah, I just like that, like, for the time that it was set in and everything else, they did their research, and now I feel like they're just kind of, like, sci-fi bullshitting it off, and I dislike that they've decided to not even try.
Well, we'll see how this one turns out. I'm still looking forward to it, but expectations are in check.
Yeah, that's something that, I mean, it's one that we'll definitely see before we record next week, so we can talk about it next
we'll
week.
See it right away.
Zach's going to be seeing this in ScreenX, so that'll be cool. I'm excited to hear about his experience with that.
Other than that, Beavis and Butthead has a new movie coming out.
Yeah.
Which comes out June something? 26th. So
something like that?
Is it June? I thought it was July.
No, it's June. It's just like 3 weeks out. Going direct to streaming, I think, on Paramount.
Yep. We watched the trailer for this.
Beavis and Butthead do the universe. So it's a second movie, which I'm pretty excited to see. The last season they had was really funny. In like 2010. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was good.
Yeah.
When they came back with the show, I was hoping that it would have stuck around a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's coming back again. We don't have a release date for the show yet. I'm hoping the movie will have a trailer or something to kickstart the new season. All I can think of any other upcoming movies.
We watched a few trailers before we started recording. I figured we could hit a couple of these.
Yeah, let's do that.
The Little Mermaid live action trailer.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Little Mermaid, but
yeah,
I like
they're going to make all of their old originals into live action.
Yeah.
So.
Pinocchio as well. We watched the trailer for that.
You know what I'm actually kind of excited? Like, I'm not even a huge fan of the movie itself, but I feel like the visuals when they do make a live action Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Will be like,
if they make a live action Pocahontas, that could be the one that we're worried about.
Yeah. Yeah, because
as far as they not making it.
Yeah, that one.
That's
who knows?
that's one thing with all their live action movies that are beautifully well done is all the visuals. Because like Lion King was
they knocked that
so
out of the park.
beautifully
Yeah.
well done. We'll stick with Disney Plus. We have the new Baymax show coming out. We watched the trailer for that.
Which looks adorable.
That looks adorable. I'm very excited for Baymax.
Yeah, great character. He's a Marvel hero, so they need to make him in the MCU now.
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
absolutely.
He
He could just
he
be
should
going
be
around and healing the Avengers.
on
That'd
the
be great.
battlefield. Fuck yeah.
And then another Disney Plus show, more Marvel leaning, Miss Marvel will be coming out soon. I think that's in like 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, it's really quick. I didn't realize it was that soon.
Disney Plus has not disappointed me on their shows from the things that I've watched.
No,
Again, I
all
still
the
need to
ones
watch
I've
like Boba
watched
Fett.
have been good. I've been avoiding Boba Fett because I don't like all the changes they've made to his character.
I don't like him out of his outfit.
Series.
I don't like him out of his suit.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, I don't know why shows keep trying to do that. Take people out of their iconic costumes.
Humanize them,
Yeah,
make them more relatable. And I'm like, that's not what this character was about.
Master Cheeks.
Leave him alone.
Another Disney Plus one, Willow. Be a 6-episode miniseries that'll be coming.
And they got the original actor.
Yeah.
For Willow, which was cool. I still don't know if it's a sequel or a reboot, but I'll watch it either way.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, another one we'll have to watch the original of before we watch this.
Do you know what I wish they would make? Like a red wall series would be fucking dope.
Sticking with the kid theme, we're getting a Winnie the Pooh horror movie called Winnie the Pooh Honey and Blood. I haven't seen a whole lot on it. Apparently, it'll be following Winnie the Pooh and Piglet escaping from the forest and then going on a killing spree. Seems like it'll be funny. I'm guessing it probably won't be a great horror adaptation of a movie, but it'll probably be worth some laughs for sure.
That's what I'm expecting. Low budget, cheesy, but funny, hopefully.
Hopefully it is able to get like a nice horror thing. I've seen some pictures. I don't know if you guys ain't seen any pictures of it at all.
I've seen the one.
Yeah, I've seen a couple pictures.
There's a little bit, Piglet and Pooh. It looks pretty. It looks like they could. I'm curious what they're gonna do. It kind of feels like they're kind of doing kind of a Texas Chainsaw vibe with it.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I mean, it's totally just a cash grab gimmick now that Piglet and Pooh are public domain, so they can use them freely. So of course,
the first thing they
turn it into a horror movie, and people will come and see it just for the absurdity of it. But hopefully, it works out because it could. It's got potential.
We watched the Resident Evil trailer
For the series.
Yeah. Which, fingers crossed, will be good. We didn't see a whole lot in that trailer, but...
No. Fingers crossed. That franchise has been stale and stagnant for a while. I didn't care for the latest film. Series will probably be the same, but it's got so much potential.
Yeah, it's got such a good story behind it that you can use.
And the characters, everything about it has potential. They just screw around with it and just do a cheap cash grab.
Screwing around. Screw around too much.
This one's more for me. You guys probably won't see this one. Hustle. It's the new Adam Sandler movie. Another one we watched a trailer on where he's the scout for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah.
It stars a lot of basketball players that I gasped when I saw them. Juancho Hernan-Gomez, who used to play for the Nuggets. We also got Boban Marjanovic. Saw a couple other faces in there, Seth Curry. So I really liked Adam Sandler's last sports movie, if that's what you want to call it, in Uncut Gems. This one looks to be more sports focused than that one. Mm-hmm. So I'm very excited for this one.
You love your sports movies.
I do.
Every once in a while they're pretty good if they're done well. I like that King Richard one.
Yeah, King Richard was good. I enjoy most sports movies. There are very few sports movies that I don't like.
You like The Big Green?
I haven't seen it.
It's on Disney Plus. Stream it.
The only reason I wrote this one down is because this is becoming something that I say in every episode. We watched a trailer for Beast, which is set in Africa.
Look pretty interesting.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be intense, kind of a thriller.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought it was like a Rambo-ish trailer, like with the whole.
Yeah.
Since they add that weird human element, it seems like they're putting into it.
And just to keep it going, Idris Elba is very attractive.
Yes, he is.
Last one that I got that I wanted to talk about, Brian and Charles. This comes out in a couple weeks.
Fuck yeah.
Follows the life of Brian, who just creates stuff in his house, kind of a loner. Ends up creating a robot named Charles. It looks adorable. Probably something that will go straight to streaming that I will actually end up watching.
Robot is so low budget, it also seems...
Yeah, such a low budget scene.
Yeah.
Looks interesting.
But I also but they managed to explain it.
We'll see.
It could be a pretty... Like I said...
Could just be a good, wholesome movie.
Yeah.
Earlier,
that's what I expected.
Yeah.
It could be one of those movies that, like Swiss Army Man, that looks a lot... looks like it will struggle, but actually it turns out, solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, do you guys have any more big news? I know that we can talk about our last big thing here before we...
No, well, the only other thing, rumor, was one of the actresses from Galaxy Quest says there's a Galaxy Quest 2 script.
Oh, shit.
And so maybe, nothing
but no Alan Rickman.
No Alan Rickman. That just made me real sad.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Tim Allen, hopefully, though.
I was like, oh, Galaxy Quest 2, that would be awesome. But yeah, no Alan Rickman. That'd be rough.
Yeah.
But still, I want
Galaxy Quest was hilarious.
I love that movie.
Okay, last trailer we watched, and then this kind of just leads right into the last thing that we watched this week. Andor, the new Star Wars miniseries that'll be coming out later this year. Yeah. Looks interesting. The trailer definitely wasn't long.
Yeah.
Only about a minute and a half. Yeah. So probably will be all I really watch on it until the show comes out. But anything Star Wars related outside of Boba Fett, that's the one that I've missed. I usually eat up and start to watch.
But that does lead into the big one that I finally caught up on.
Yeah, we watched that right before we really started recording today, and that was Obi-Wan.
Fuck yeah.
If you haven't started watching it, I highly recommend it. I think that so far it's been an absolute banger of a series. I even like the first episode. Spoilers ahead. We'll just get into that.
Spoilers.
Instead of doing the spoiler-free thing.
So we're 3 episodes into a 6-episode short series.
The first episode, I didn't really like the girl that was playing Leia. She has grown on me a lot. I love her in the third episode.
By episode 3, I've come around on her.
Ewan McGregor is phenomenal, reprising the role of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Darth Vader is so
oh my God.
Fucking terrifying in this show so far.
He's perfect.
Yeah.
He's like Vader should be in this time period.
And I was telling you guys, I heard this on, because Zach talks about this YouTube channel a lot, New Rockstars. Eric Voss is the guy that runs it. He is phenomenal. He does a lot of breakdowns on movies and shows, and he said for Darth Vader what they did is they used this new technology, Respeecher, so that they could make the voice still sound like James Earl Jones, and it's spot on.
Yeah.
It sounds just like him.
It really does. And it's really nice.
Yeah, if you didn't know that he'd passed, you would think he's just reprising his role.
Yep.
Because, he sounds just like James Earl Jones.
Episode 1, and I kind of told you guys beforehand, kind of boring. It's a lot of setup, showing what Leia's been doing. Yeah. Episode 2 gets a little more intense. Episode 3 was...
really takes off.
Blew my fucking mind.
Awesome.
Because I watched the first 2 episodes the day they released, and then I watched episode 3 as soon as it came out, as soon as I got home that night.
And Vader was perfect.
Oh.
When he came in. I will say I'm pretty disappointed with the Inquisitors.
Yeah.
They just are underwhelming. They don't seem threatening at all.
They're all just like, you will best listen to me.
They're just bickering back and forth with their little power struggle, but it's not even interesting. I'm like, I don't care. Just kill each other.
Especially because the Sith power struggles are supposed to be violent, immediate,
and you dominate. Thank God Vader came in when he did. Because he was a threat, and he was a badass.
I will say and
intimidating.
So I got goosebumps when Vader first turned on his lightsaber.
Yeah.
God.
And I love when Obi-Wan, you think he's about to pull out his lightsaber, and he just runs away.
Nope, fuck that.
I lost my shit. That was great.
Yeah, because that was...
By the third time he was running, I'm like, okay, Obi, come on. Pull out your lightsaber.
He's like,
and they did it so perfectly, because... realistically, it should be Darth Vader dominating Obi-Wan Kenobi at this point. 100%. And that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, you could tell from the moment he ignited his lightsaber and they started to fight, Obi-Wan had no shot against him.
Yeah, which is how it should be.
Yeah.
So they played that perfect.
And you can see that Obi knows that he has no shot against him.
Yeah.
Because you see it, his hand kind of shaking when he's holding. He's like,
Yeah, Vader's at the height of his power here. He's fully embraced his Sith Lord status. He's been preparing. Obi-Wan's been living as a hermit. He's not at his peak.
Yeah, it's not even a fight right now.
Are you guys going to keep up?
Yeah, actually,
I have to now.
Yeah, that was...
So anything that you're expecting going forward that you're excited to see?
I want to see more of Vader. I'm expecting that we're going to have a good clash with them. I'm expecting Obi-Wan to fake his death. Vader thinks he's won. Then he can go back into hermit status, watch over Luke, and be undiscovered until he boards the Death Star.
And it's something that we've kind of talked about with all these Star Wars movies and like shows and stuff, is what they do is you have the timeline of what happens in these movies, and making these things in between the movies can kind of throw off the continuity of... Because even you brought it up. Like, Leia doesn't know...
Yeah, that one kind of bugs me, because when she sends a hologram, it's help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Years ago, you served my father in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Not, hey, when I was 10, you saved my ass.
You saved my life.
So that kind of disconnect bugs me. Maybe they'll fill it in somehow, but that's always a little messy.
They might do some of that mind-fucking with the Force.
It's just messy. But there's no clean way to insert a whole arc like this when it wasn't originally there.
Yeah.
I think they also could have done with... I think they could have done what they're doing without Leia.
I agree. That'd be less messy.
It would be less messy. It could just be like
gives you a character you're connected to from the oritional trilogy.
And gets to show
and it ties you to episode 3 more.
What this should have been was just... It should have been 10 years, shows us Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jar Jar Binks on the run.
Yeah. That's my number one thing I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping that at some point Jar Jar pops up. Outside of that, they've been hinting a lot at potentially seeing Force Ghost version of Qui-Gon.
With as much as Obi-Wan's reached out to him in every episode. So at this point, it would just be a letdown if Qui-Gon doesn't make an appearance.
He's trying.
So I'm going to assume that in episode 6, we're going to see Qui-Gon finally pop up, help Obi-Wan.
He'll help Obi-Wan, maybe help him hide from Vader.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe I do want to see more of Luke. I mean, you see...
At a distance.
You see Ben buy the toy from the Jawa that you see Luke playing with in episode 4. I thought that was a cool tie-in.
That was cool.
Even though Owen gave it back to him. So now you have to figure out how Luke actually gets the toy.
Well, he's going to go back and give it to him again.
Yeah.
But it will be cool. By episode 6, we've got to see a little more of Luke.
Yeah.
When he's settling back down and everything's resolved.
I like that they brought back a lot of the original characters. Obviously, Bale and his wife are the original characters. Owen and I would assume Beru are the original characters, but we haven't seen Beru. I don't know if we will at this point.
Again, maybe in 6.
Yeah.
The Grand Inquisitor.
And that's the other thing I'm excited to see, because right now where they left us at 3 is that Reva probably has her hands on Leia again. Obi is now hiding from Darth again. So it's just going to be interesting to see, because now he's going to have to go and rescue Leia again. And Zach doesn't think the Grand Inquisitor is dead. We'll see if that actually comes back to...
And I wish I cared either way. But again, they've been underwhelming.
I'm going to guess that at some point he's going to come back and kill Reva.
There's only one good Inquisitor, and that's Dark Raiden.
Dark Raiden.
The 5th brother. But yeah, this show's been a banger so far. I think that...
Yeah, for a series I wasn't really excited for months ago. After seeing these 3 episodes, I'm really into it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do.
I'm glad they got the Ewan and Hayden Christensen. And
seeing Hayden was cool. I hope we get more Hayden.
Yeah, I do too.
Somewhere.
I do too. But yeah, it's been a great series so far. Best thing I've watched on TV this week.
Again, it's one of those things, and I understand why Disney does it. I think the 6-episode miniseries realistically make a lot of sense. But it does make me wish that there was more. Yeah. It's the same thing with Moon Knight.
I mean, they just make short, contained series.
Which makes a lot of sense, and they're really well done, so I can't complain that much. But yeah, I really wish they were like 10 episodes.
Yeah. 10 would be a perfect number.
It's funny, we always talk about how we will... So sometimes shows should just stop.
Yeah.
But then when we get a good show, we just want it to keep going.
Yeah, like Bel-Air.
Yeah, there's some middle ground.
And Disney's like, we'll give you what we give you. Fucking deal with it.
Last thing I'm going to throw in here before we wrap up. Bel Air 2 is still happening as far as I'm concerned. I did just see the actor that plays Carlton post something on his TikTok. Somebody had commented and they're like, why aren't you worried that they're going to replace you? And he goes, are you kidding? They're not going to find anybody more hateable than me, which I thought was hilarious. So, fingers crossed for Bel Air 2. I really love that show too. That's one of my favorite things that I've seen this year.
One of the best things this year to come out on TV.
All right, we got anything else?
Not I.
This will be one of the shortest movie episodes that's ever come out because Zach is not here. Like we said at the beginning of the episode, we are doing a giveaway. We just reached 20 subscribers. Comment pin, pineapple, apple pin, down in the bottom.
For your chance
in
to
the
win.
bottom, in the comments, for your chance to win a $40 gift card. We do plan to do giveaways all the time. So yeah, stay tuned. Tell your friends to subscribe. I hope that at some point one of these videos is going to hit that main page of YouTube and we're going to go take off. And that's what we keep hoping for. We have so much cool stuff that we want to do once we start getting more subscribers. So, like we said at the beginning, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We are dropping episodes on a pretty regular basis. So stay tuned. We got some cool stuff coming. So thank you guys so much for watching. And it is time to
split.